Yeah. Hello, is anybody here? I don't know. Should probably share this shit. Let's share this shit. Let's get some people in here. All right. Where the hell is the post? Oh, here it is. I see it now. Let me share the shit. Post it to the personal page. I don't know. We'll see. Hello. Comment to let me know you're here. We'll get some shit cracking. Hey, Aurora. Not just playing the air, I have my piano on my keyboard, which I can't bring the camera down to show people, but oh well. Please comment and let me know that you're here. Please share the stream as well, Um, get some friends in here. Get some friends of friends in here. We're just gonna talk some bullshit about the album, new album, Honest. Maybe play a few tunes from the album. You know, just get some shit cracking. Hey, Elise. Yeah, alright. Excuse the mess in the background. Some damn jackets on my door hanging up. Got like barely any room in my wardrobe. It's like half my wardrobe is taken up by my drawers because I insist on having so much music equipment in my room that it takes up all of the room. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Yes, I am doing this kind of early in the morning, but the thing is, I've been up since like 6 a.m. Because my brother was going to a forklift, high lift forklift course thing, and yeah, went with mum for the drive to Malaga. So yeah, been up since 6. So yeah, I'm feeling productive because I've already got out of bed. So I'm just doing some things. I don't know. I've been making some music right now, but it's just writer's block lately. It's been annoying. But yes, please, people, please share the stream. Let people know you're watching. Um, yeah. What we up at 5 for, at least? Like, sleep. I mean, I only got up an hour later for that, but still. Well, your time, that was what? That was what, 3 o'clock my time? I don't know, I can't remember if you guys have daylight saving or not at the moment. You're always up at 5 a.m. Why? Like, why? Sleep. Like, why do I have to be? I'm not up till like 9 o'clock. Um, but you know, actually, that's a good idea. Got, I've got an idea where I can share this shit. Do 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 do. Share in a group to this one. Yeah. So, part of the point of this stream is I'm going to be talking about the new album, Honest. Um, feel free to tell me, which, if you guys have a specific song that you want to know the story behind, or, um, you want to know the story behind or something like that, like, please ask. Otherwise, I'm happy to go through track by track, just to kind of explain them. Um, let's see if I can. Yeah, yes, there was something on my face. Yeah, don't touch the face. I'm sorry. I'm not going to touch the face. I hand sanitized before this, so it's all right. It's all right. Um, but yeah, so I'm happy to go through track by track, just to you know, explain some songs on the album, um, explain my thought process behind it, how the song came together. Like, I started with the beat, I started with the lyrics, which, I mean, usually it is the lyrics, but lately, because I've had so much writer's block, I've kind of been starting with the beat first, and I've been making a lot of beats. Like, I just keep making these beats and not being able to write to them because writer's block, and like it doesn't help being stuck inside because like I'm you know stay home, um, but like it doesn't help being at home most of the time because I'm not going out, I'm not having any sort of life experiences to write about. Otherwise, I'm just writing about the same shit, and I've kind of done that for like 2 albums now. Um, in some ways, like I try to make the music sound different, but lyrically, like they're similar in some ways. Um, so yeah, I do want to do some different stuff, but you know, it is what it is. Gotta have some experience for that, you know. You know, you gotta do that. Um, I don't fucking know. I don't do this like this is my first time live streaming in like a long time. I live streamed on Instagram like 3 years ago maybe. Um, this is my first time doing this kind of thing, really. Please, people, if you're here, comment. Let me know if you're here. Let me know who's here. Do I will, because there's not many people here. I can shout you out personally. Yeah, that's fun. Um, uh, yeah, the beard's growing out, just the hair's kind of growing out. I'm lucky I kind of got a haircut like maybe 2 weeks before we were supposed to self-isolate. Um, but yeah, luckily I got a haircut not long before that, so that's good. But the beard is still looking a bit scruffy. I should probably like trim it up. I can do that myself. I don't have to go to the barber for that. Um, Even though we can go to the barber, but I'm not doing that shit. No, I'm not having like the barber. Like for me, it takes a long time. Like it takes. Whew, my haircut usually takes about 45 minutes. So that's 15 minutes over what they're allowing, what the government is allowing hairdressers and all that to be close to people. So no, it's just not. And how does social distancing work with that? Anyway, I'm not talking about this. I'm not going to get on a tangent talking about this stuff because this is supposed to distract from that stuff. Um, yeah, so hey, if you're here, let me know you're here. Um, tell me what we should do. Like, talk about the album. I want to talk about the album, absolutely. So if you have any songs on the album specifically that you want to hear about, please let me know, because I'd love to talk. They've lifted the 30-minute rule. Okay, cool. All right. Um, Not sure how I feel about that actually. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not going. I love going to the barber, and I'm telling people, don't go to the barber. No, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. All right. Uh, so is the sound okay? Can you guys hear my voice clearly? I'm asking this a little bit late in. It's like 14 minutes in, but still, wear a hat. Yes. Yeah. Do I even have any hats? I don't think I've got any hats on me. I don't know. I got like an old fishing hat. I think it was my granddad's. I ain't gonna put that on. uh, so yeah, as I said, please share this stream with anybody that you think would like this kind of thing. I'm talking about the album. Might be playing some tunes on my phantom piano down here because you can't see the piano. I'm a comedian, clearly. I'm a straight up comedian. Yeah. Um, uh, let's see. How many people have we got here? we got 5 people here, and I have heard from 3. So there's 2 people that aren't talking and aren't saying anything. So you know, what up? What's going on? Um, I mean, as much as I said we're not really going to talk about, you know, um, well, as as the Game Grumps that I watch, they say the Backstreet Boys reunion because they don't like you saying the name of the thing in on YouTube or on Facebook very often. I don't know. It's some craziness. But what are y'all doing to keep occupied during this time? Like staying at home, chilling. What are y'all doing to stay occupied? I left my watch over here. I'm gonna put my watch on because I can. Anyway, what are y'all doing to stay occupied? Tell me. No, they are painful. What? Are you talking about the watch? Netflix, gaming, and cleaning. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I've been doing the set, but I mean, I wouldn't call what I've been doing gaming, but okay, I have a confession. I bought the Xbox One Wheel of Fortune game, and I may be slightly addicted to it. I know. Like I've turned into an old person. Um, oh, that's what you're talking about, Lisa. Okay, yeah, yeah, because they don't like talking about the name of the actual thing. So the Backstreet Boys reunion tour is the closest thing that I can think of. But anyway, um, yeah, I wouldn't call what I've been doing gaming, but I've been playing a lot of the Xbox One Wheel of Fortune game. I've been slightly addicted to it. I don't know why. It's just fun, I guess. Like we originally got it because we did like a board game night here, just like with people in our house, of course, because can't invite other people over, can't go out, da 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 da. But man, it was cheaper than the PlayStation, and that's why I got it. Shut up. Anyway, um, um, so I've just been playing a lot of that. But anyway, we got that for board game night. We played that night, and ever since then I've been hooked, and I've been playing that. I've been playing some Trivial Pursuit because I got like the whole Hasbro pack as well. So like I've been playing Monopoly, uh, Trivial Pursuit. It comes with Boggle and Risk. I don't know who plays those games. No offense to you if you do. I just don't know. Um, maybe we'll see. We'll see. I might play something if I can figure out that stuff. I'd need to set up my Elgato and I'd need to set up my stuff. But yeah, I might do that. Maybe not today. We'll see. But maybe another time. Cleaning, homeschooling, cleaning, work from home, cleaning. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Where are we at the moment? Yeah. Do I know Shallow? Do I know Shallow? I mean, I know the song, but I don't know how to play it. I mean, I may be able to figure it out. I don't know. Let's Google this. I'm off the deep end. Yep, that's what my voice really sounds like without auto tune. Sorry, guys. I know you're disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm as disappointed as you are. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Lady Gaga. It's by Lady Gaga, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's by Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Da, 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 da. Forgot to put the word chords because I'm an idiot. I mean, kinda, but haven't listened to the song in ages though, so bear with me. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. If I play the right chord, in all the good times I find myself longing for change. In the bad times I feel myself. Yeah. So, to answer your question, I can play it. Oh, they throw in a cheeky A minor chord in there somewhere. Okay. They do that for the chorus, really? Another deep end watches I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. Far from the shallow now. In the shallow, in the shallow. I don't know. That would that suffice? I don't know. Facebook karaoke, yeah. You don't know how. Yeah, I didn't know how to play it, but I just learned some. All right, was it enough for you? Okay, was it enough? Do, have I not done enough? Probably not. Probably not. No, I've been streaming for 20 minutes. Jeez. All right, fun. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep doing this. Just for as long as I can. It's that's what that song right now. Yeah. That's a decent song. I just got sick of hearing it on the radio, but I haven't heard it in a little while, so you're lucky. You're lucky. If I like heard that song like just this morning on the radio, like I probably would have flat out refused. But because I haven't heard it in a little while, it's cool. It's fun. I don't mind that song. Gonna have that song in my head all day. Thanks, Elise. Damn it. Alright, bye, Lisa. Have a good day. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash to the surface. I don't know why I'm singing it like that. It's because it's stuck in my head. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. So, for those of you who are left, you are the chosen ones. Like 2 people. It is so many. It is so many. I don't know. I've got the like tune of some song stuck in my head and I don't know what it is. Hey, Jack. What's up, man? Good to see you. Well, ish. Close enough. As you can see, I don't do this streaming shit all the time. I don't do this, okay? But I'm going to start because I need to start doing this kind of thing more. Because that's the thing. I want to get back into making YouTube videos again. It's just so much to set up, and it's so much to worry about. It's like, and it's not that my heart's not in it. It's just finding the time because, as you all know, well, as you all might know, I work from home kind of. So it's that takes up a lot of my time, you know. But you know, I will try and get the YouTube channel started again. I might start a gaming channel. I don't know. Yeah, now is the time to do it. Absolutely. But I mean, not much has changed for me. That's the thing. Like, I still work from home. Like, because I've always worked from home. Because I'm a full-time carer. So like, I've always worked from home. So not much has changed. I still do the same stuff. I still stay at home all the time. Now there's just a name for it. Yeah. But so I wanted to ask a question, but I don't know if I'll like the answer, to be honest. So who here has listened to the new album? I mean, somebody has. I've got like, I don't know, 1,500 streams on Spotify on it, so that's pretty mint. I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah. Um, but a lot of those are from Screwface Sean's fans, which is fantastic. So glad that guy on the song. They've caught our lifestyle quarantine. Yeah, exactly. It's, they think it's new. It's not new. Well, Elise, what are you doing? Okay, how could you? Okay, um, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I mean, just earlier you were saying you were listening to music. Couldn't have chucked in a sneaky Jayden Jesse tune in there. You know, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, you've got nothing to say, have you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This stream is just completely about chastising Elise. That's all it's about. I'm sorry. That's what it is. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This has taken a turn. Um, uh, 2 laughs in a row. Wow. Okay. uh, I'm off the deep end. Okay. I'm sorry, Jack. Elise made me sing that song earlier. If you're still here, anyway. Elise made me sing that song earlier, and now it's stuck in my head. Um, yeah. So, to my album or to "Shallow" by Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Did you didn't see the messages that she sent me, man? Like she was like, no, if you don't do this, like I will completely um I don't know where I was going with this. I didn't have anything to say. Honestly, I was making this shit up as I go. All right. uh yeah, no, it didn't happen. Leave Elise alone. No. Leave Elise alone. Such an old reference. I'm so old. I'm so old. Anyway. uh, so yeah, I'm willing to play some songs. Get this shallow song out of my head. Either play my songs, play some covers. I don't care. We'll do whatever, man. Let's just do some shit. I've been on for half an hour already and just talking shite for most of it. So, just talking some shite. Right. if you're, you are not old. I'm pretty sure you're the same age as me, at least. Yes, it has, Nikita. Okay, you can either judge me or you can help me by requesting some stuff. Okay, help me. Jeez. 23 turning. Okay, yeah, no, you're older than me. I'm 22 turning 23. So, yes, you are 1 year older than me. So old. Oh my god. Honestly, not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm getting into this streaming thing a little better than I thought I would. I I thought I'd just be so boring, honestly. Well, I mean, I'm still boring, but I can talk a lot of shit, basically. Haha, yeah. Haha. All right. Um, so yeah, my social distancing and self isolation boredom has turned to me live stream whoring my voice out basically. So yeah, let's yeah that I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say about that. That's just what it is. You know, I have to do something, don't I? I'm getting fucking bored. You know. Um, let's see. I could play every song produced by DJ Mustard ever. Pretty much every song from DJ Mustard are these chords just in different keys and tempos. So that's how I made songs on my album. Like, well, not the new one, on Love and Pain, like Loving You Tonight, um, and Good Good, and Bend It Over. Those were all because of that formula. Um, because why not? It's literally just chords. Like, um, I'm gonna try to make it my own as much as possible. I think I did that. You know, is what it is. Ooh, I just got a notification saying I have 14 new comments and 2 new followers. Wow. Wow. This is fantastic. Hello, everybody. I am so fucking weird. Leave me alone. I am not coping with social isolation. Maybe a little. I don't know. Maybe I'll lose my mind someday. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're crazy. You are for watching me. Ooh. Yes, Jack, I do produce my own beats, yeah. The only song on my album that I didn't produce was a song called Like I Do, because I worked with a friend of mine that I went to uni with, and a pretty big, well, decently big, well-known producer. They got together and started making some R&B beats under the name Salvo Beats. Um, but yeah, so I produce all of my own stuff other than that song. And there was one song that was co-produced by Chisenga, who was featured on that song as well, Leaving With Me. But other than that, yeah, all of them are done by me. Yeah. So I'm working. I'm working. I mean, I'm not. It's not perfect yet. I'm still like you're always gonna keep learning, I guess. Um, I just do my best with what I've got right now. Slowly move up. You know, I mean, to be honest, like my I use Logic Pro X. Yeah. Um, my creativity has sparked a lot more since like I still make songs from scratch. Like there's still songs on that album that I made from scratch. Like Hope I made from scratch, Human I made from scratch. Um, thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Just keep at it for real. Like you'll like you may like when you're starting out, you'll make the excuse my French, but shittiest beats ever. Um, like I submitted for a project at school. For my music class, I submitted like a really crappy remix of a Maroon 5 song. Just because I had the acapella there, and I'm just like, I know the chords to this. I'm just gonna make a remix, and it was horrible. I made most of it in GarageBand, but the good thing is that making that in GarageBand and starting out in GarageBand was what helped me go on to Logic Pro X because it's just it Logic Pro X has just upgraded GarageBand really. Um, so I've just always done music on a Mac for like well since 2014 something like that. Since like 2014, no 2013 I've been doing music on Mac since then. Before then I was on Windows using Mixcraft, which was horrible. Wasn't well. I made some decent stuff on Mixcraft, but the production on that was horrible. I was never intrigued to do that production wise, and I don't know why I can never get into FL Studio. It was just never. Um, yeah, I can never get into FL Studio. I don't know why. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. But man, like it's never too late. Like I understand, like yeah, it would have been good to do it in school for sure, but it's never too late to get into it and just to you know, I mean, do whatever you can in your spare time, whenever it intrigues you. Yeah, yeah, I hear that from a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, like I I've used FL Studio, but just formatting for me isn't isn't as straightforward as it should be, I guess. But I mean that could also just come from experience, and maybe I just didn't take the time to learn enough. Um, but it is what it is. Um, but now Logic Pro X has been really good for me, and because the thing is, I can produce in there, and then I can record as well. And like a lot of the stock stuff is good in Logic as well. Even the stock instruments are decent, but I tend to use like I tend to use some native instrument stuff. They're so expensive. I can't buy too much of that. I get like there's a few MIDI instruments that I got free with my audio interface. Um, and but plugins wise, I use a lot of Waves plugins because they're just so good. I love using Waves plugins, man. It's just they're so easy to use. They're so simple. And they're always going on sale, so they're always decently cheap. Um, so it's pretty good that way. Um, but yeah, so sorry everybody else who's here, kind of nerding out with my mate Jack over here about some music stuff. Um, but yeah, like feel free to ask me anything, guys. Like ask me anything. Just let me know you're here. Okay, Lisa's back. Good. Fair enough. Well, good thing you missed all of the really like nerdy music stuff that I was talking to Jack about. Um, well, at least Jack's still here. I hope he's still here. If not, I was just talking, which I talk to myself anyway, so that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true, Jack. I mean, like some great music has been made with FL Studio. I mean, rest in peace, Avicii made a lot of his stuff with FL Studio. Hey, Taryn. Hey, what's up? FL, yeah, like rest in peace, Avicii. He made a lot of his stuff with FL Studio, if not all of it. Um, good. Um, but there's a lot of electronic producers that use FL Studio. There's quite a few hip hop producers I've noticed lately that have been using FL Studio as well. Um, yeah, yeah, straight up Nikita. Um, but yeah, like for me, I like Logic. And even I mean, when I was at uni, I was using a lot of Pro Tools. Um, which I mean, I like Pro Tools. Pro Tools is good for recording and it's good for mixing vocals and getting good overall sound. But I mean, why would I use FL Studio to produce, or like something like Ableton to produce, and then go into Pro Tools, record my vocals, and do all of that? Like the thing is, like I have ADHD, so like I will get into making a song. I'll start making a beat. Maybe I'll only lay down the chords for the song to begin with, and then I'll be like, okay, I've written some lyrics. I need to record these like right now. I need to record these. So like the way I work is very scattered, and like I understand like usually it's supposed to be like a very set process, but for me, with my ADHD, I'm just like, okay, lay down some chords, cool. I need to move on to some lyrics right now, and because for me, like certain parts, like the lyric writing process sparks more for me. It sparks more to do with the beat. It sparks more to do with what chords I could change to and things like that. Um, that's just for me personally. A lot of people like people usually like structure more, but I mean, someone with ADHD, like it's hard to have structure. Like it's just hard. So I just go in, do whatever, and sometimes that's not a good way to do it. Sometimes that could be to my detriment because certain songs may not get off the ground because I've only done some chords and recorded some lyrics and it's not sounding how I want it to because I haven't built the beat enough, maybe, or because I haven't, or maybe because I haven't built the beat enough, I couldn't write enough inspiring lyrics. It was just there's a lot of things that could contribute, but a lot of the time it's like that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like, um, I for the longest time, I was thinking, I have to outsource making my music to other people. I have to outsource beats. I have to outsource mixing and mastering and things like that. But finally, I realized like I can learn this shit. I can sit down and learn, and at the end of the day, I've got to make what sounds good to me. Um, because if it doesn't sound good to me to begin with, then it's not going to sound good to anybody else. Maybe I mean, but you've got to kind of get in that mindset because otherwise it's just not going to be it's not going to be worth it. Um, it's not going to be worth it to you. It's not going to be worth the time that you spend on it because at the end of the day, you've got to put out products that you're happy with. Um, but yeah, no, it's just yeah. So you're exactly right. Like you've got to when you go into music, like it's great to just throw the rules out the window, as you said. It's just do like to an extent, of course, but you know, I don't know. It's it's interesting to see the way that some people tackle music as well. Um, like you'd have some people that have had some great success with labels. And then there's other people that have had great success being independent. You know, like you'd see like a comparison to say like a Chris Brown versus a Chance the Rapper. Like Chance the Rapper has had huge success being independent, doing what he wants to do. Like so that's that's where like the conventional rules, like thanks to the internet, have just kind of gone out the window, and it's just like people can get their music out so much easier now, and it's amazing. Like, and it also like in a way it's good because people can put out their music in the early stages. People can see their progression as well. Like the back in the day, it was just like, you know, this hot new group came out, and it's like, oh, they're just good from the jump. You know, like from the jump, they're good. They don't know what happened behind the scenes to get them to that point. All the training that they would have had to do, all of the learning experience that they would have had to do. It's just like they have a hit now. They're great. Like now, it's like, you know, you look at a say like a Charlie Puth. Like Charlie Puth started on YouTube, uh, was making music on YouTube. Some of his music back then was god awful. Um, it was, um, but and he knows that, of course. But he was having fun doing it, and he learned a lot doing that. You know, like I've made some god awful songs in the past too. Like, absolutely. Um, Luckily, I didn't release any of them like commercially, but they're definitely on the internet. Like there's heaps of horrible covers on my YouTube channel that I don't want to delete them. I don't want to private them because it's part of the progression. You know, you gotta you gotta start somewhere, and you know to get where I am now. I've been on YouTube since like '07. I think end of '07. I made my first video. I don't know if I uploaded it in '07. I'm not sure. But I put that line and don't talk to me anyway. Like, man, you were talking since I was 7. Anyway, um, I mean, '07, how old was I then? Jeez, I must have been like, well, I'm 20, I'm turning 23 this year. That was 13 years ago. So I was 10. Like, jeez. Jeez. So, yeah. I was like 10 or 11 when I uploaded my first video, and it was like a horrible cover, auto tuned to hell, of Jackson 5's "I Want You Back," and I thought it was great. My brother thought it was great. My brother helped me produce the shit, but you know it was great for what we could do at the time. What made you first decide to start making your own music? Like, were you inspired, or did you sing and decide that you wanted? So the thing that made me want to, well, I'll start with um, singing in general. The thing that got me to start singing in general, like I've been singing since I was like 3 years old, since I could talk basically. Since I started talking, I was singing. But the thing that really made me want to do it as a career and realize that I could do it as a career was, believe it or not, when Guy Sebastian won Australian Idol in 2003. Like, Angels Brought Me Here was the first song that I learned off by heart. Um, and I still know most of the lyrics to this day. But but that was the thing that got me into that. And then like I started writing songs, kind of when I was 10. So about when I started doing YouTube videos, like just covers. When I was doing covers, but I was writing some songs behind the scenes that were horrible, and I mean I didn't have the I had the equipment to make it, but at that point I didn't have enough knowledge to know how to make music, like how to make instrumentals, how to make any sort of beats. Like I wasn't great at keyboard then. I hadn't that was before I taught myself to play the piano. So it was like I was just writing a bunch of lyrics that were basically what I was listening to at the time, which unfortunately was a lot of Flow Rider. Yeah. So my first song was, well, the first song that I wrote like completely, start to finish, was all me. It was called Dat Girl. Yes, DAT Girl. Um, and it was literally about watching a girl dance at the club, which I knew nothing about. I wasn't gonna be in a club for another 8 years, and I still haven't been to a club. Haha, I'm a good. No, I'm kidding. But you know, fair enough, Daniel. All good. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm your dad. All right. Anyway, um, so that song was horrible. I was about watching a girl dance at the club, like being all sexy, and I don't know nothing about that. I was like 10 years old. Like, hell, I know about that. Um, but it's got to start somewhere, I guess. I always say I started shaving the same year that I started writing songs. I wish that was a joke. Um, but yeah, no, it's just so. Question was started. So when I started, when I decided to start making my own music, like I started writing when I was 10, and started kind of working on learning the piano because that was what seemed easiest to me. I tried the guitar, it just wasn't for me. I couldn't do anything with these baby hands. But anyway, um, I don't know who will get that reference. I don't know, but but no. So I couldn't play guitar, so I'm just like, I'm gonna keep at the piano because I was learning like melodies by ear anyway, and I was learning how to play them note by note. So I thought, well, okay, I should sit down and start learning chords. But that was by that time that was well, that was I think year 9. I think that was year 9 when I started doing that. Um, I started learning chords in year 9 just from chord charts on the internet, um, and started writing my own songs around it, and one of the first songs that I wrote with the like playing chords was this was funnily enough this song for this girl that I was speaking to long distance. Um, uh, it was a song in 6/8 called Adriana. Um, whether that was actually her name or not, I'm not gonna tell you, but that was first thing that was kind of the first song that I wrote chords to, really. The rest was just playing around, just learning how to play other songs by ear, and then finally once I learned chords properly, I could cite them. Um, but yeah, and then I didn't actually start making my own music. Like I wrote my own music in year 9. Um, and that I was sitting on those songs for a while, and some of those songs were the songs that ended up on the first EP. Um, this is a long story. This is much longer than I'm pretty sure you signed up for, Taryn. I'm sorry, but to make a long story short, like that's kind of how I started, and what made me want to do it was just I don't even really know what made me want to do it. Like I just like music, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else. Like I've never really been good at any sort of trade. Um, fair enough, Taryn. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I've never really been good at any sort of trade or anything like that. I've never really been good at work per se. I mean, I did work experience um, at JCar Electronics, and I was okay at that. But the issue is with my ADHD, I I I don't have a very good memory, and the issue is like working at JCar, I had to know a lot of codes for certain things because a lot of the parts weren't like they didn't have a barcode on them, so I just basically had to know in the ballpark of what the part was, um, what kind of code it was to type it in the computer, and it's just a lot of rigmarole. So it was that was difficult, and I was just like, no, I can't do that. I don't have the mental capacity to do that long term. Um, so I never learned a trade. I never really worked. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I stuck with school. I wanted to work, but I don't know. It was more the anxiety of school, I guess. Um, but I don't know. I never really got into work. I never really got into a trade. So I'm just like, I guess music is where it's at. So I went hard out into it. I made my first EP with the incredible Ryan Botha, lead singer of Cupid Falls. If you know that band, they're a Perth band. Um, I made that EP with him. Um, and then while I was making that EP, I was producing my own music as well. I made so the first song that I started making is actually on Love and Pain. While I was making that EP in 2014, going into 2015, um, was Loving You Tonight. That song was the first song that I actually really started on Love and Pain, um, back in 2014. Um, so yeah, like I've been working on some songs for Love and Pain for quite a while, honestly. Um, but yeah, so that's basically it, really. Um, Learned how to produce, taught myself, really. Started with GarageBand, moved on to Logic Pro X, because Logic Pro X is basically the upgraded GarageBand. Fun fact. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. GarageBand. 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 Um, but yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And that's I mean, I'm glad you said it, because that's kind of the roundabout thing that I've been kind of trying to tell you as well. Like you need to, because you're amazing in music. You know that. You should know that anyway. You at least know that in your subconscious. Okay, you should know that. Um, so yeah, like when you have something that you're good at, just keep going with it. Honestly, like that's the thing. I always tell people. Um, like, 'cause people are like, oh yeah, how do you sing? How do you do that? Like, I mean, yeah, I've been doing it since I was like 3 years old. I try like I started basically copying runs from people like Craig David and from groups like Boys to Men. Like I listen to a lot of R&B, hence why I'm making R&B now. Um, so I would try and copy those runs a lot of the time, um, to just emulate those runs, and a lot of the time it sounded shit. But finally, I learned how to do it just by trial and error, really. And yes, I had vocal training in high school, absolutely, but but before then, like I'd already kind of started my own training ish. Um, just personally, just self-teaching, I guess. Um, but yeah, so like I stuck with it for that reason. Um, I mean, like I had those awkward moments where I'd be singing at a family gathering at our house, and I'd have my pop like talking to my nan, being like, "Why are we encouraging this? It doesn't sound good. Why do we let this happen?" Um, but he's eating his words now that he's listened to my album. So yeah, no, no. But I mean, I do get where he was coming from. But yeah, so like for sure, like keep going if you because as I was kind of getting to say before, but ADHD, um, I always tell people that I think anybody can sing with the right training, at least to a basic level. honestly. Um, and because there's many different styles of singing as well. Like not everybody sings like I do. Like some people sing like a Julie Andrews type Sound of Music, like musical theatre. Some people have that kind of voice. Some people have a very raspy, grungy voice. Like it's that. I mean, yes, that there's a right way to sing so that you don't do damage, but to an extent, there's not really a wrong way to sing when it comes to stylistically. I don't think anyway. I just think people have their own styles. Like some people there's certain styles that some people will gravitate towards. Like a good example is like say um a Jessie Reyez type. Like she's a new artist, R&B artist, compared to say a Taylor Swift. Like yes, they're different genres as well, but vocally, um, one has kind of like a kind of whiny, screechy tone to her voice that's very derivative of soul music, and then like there's Taylor who has like a very smooth vocal, and I mean I've been vocal about the fact that I don't particularly like a lot of Taylor's music sometimes, but I mean I really I don't hate it as much as I act like I do. I really don't. Like she has some decent songs and she's okay. Like she makes pop music. There's not much else that I can say about that. But you know, but her voice is very smooth and um very like on the note, and very what's the word I'm looking for? Um Very straightforward, I don't know. That's the best word I can think of right now. But she has that kind of voice rather than say like a Jessie Reyez who has like a whiny kind of screechy kind of voice that I personally kind of gravitate towards. Um, Being a fan of R&B and soul music, but not everybody will. That's the thing. Yeah, yeah, low key. Like, I mean, fan is a strong word, but but her music's okay. I'm not gonna bash her music. I mean, the last time I said anything negative about Taylor Swift was Rap Rant 3.0, I think it was. It's one of the last lines. I thought Taylor Swift's album was garbage. Now look what you made me do. Made me spit the truth. Call me irrelevant, but at least I make all my own music. Do you? Um, Shots fired. It wasn't that great. But anyway, um, but nah, I haven't really got anything against Taylor Swift as much as I act like I do. Like, what could I have against her? That she makes pop music. Then I have something against pretty much everybody on pop radio, on the radio, all the time. That's just not that's not healthy for a musician at all. Like, one of my favorite artists, to be honest. Well, yeah, yeah. Like her new stuff is like the weird thing is that I feel like Taylor was better when she was country. Well, when she was pop, but pretending to be country. If you know what I mean. Now that she's pop and actually trying to be pop, it doesn't seem to be connecting as well as before. That's the odd thing about it. I mean, for me personally, that might not be everybody else's opinion. That's cool, but that's just how I think. I don't know. My moustache is doing weird things. This is why I need to go to the barber, but I'm not going to the barber. Anyway, but yeah. So when she was making country music, well, pop music that she labeled as country music, it seemed to be better. Um, which it's kind of unfortunate that she kind of distanced herself from Big Machine Records, Scott and Sandy Boschetta, um, because they were so like they're probably one of the best country music labels, and it's unfortunate what's happened to them. And now that Big Machine Records is owned by Scooter Braun, it's just created a whole big shit show basically. But I don't know, it's a lot, but oh well. Um, but yeah, so what was it? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say one of my favorite artists right now. One of my favorite artists right now. What was I gonna say? Who was it? Oh yes, because I was talking about pop music. I'll answer that in a sec. Okay. So one of my favorite artists at the moment lately has been Lewis Capaldi. Honestly, I mean, I think he's really good at writing. I think his music is fresh, um, as fresh as pop music can be, but the subject matter, well, not really the subject matter, but the way that he writes about the subject matter is very new and very, well, to me, derivative of old Ed Sheeran, when Ed Sheeran didn't focus so much on making pop. Um, but yeah, I find Lewis Capaldi very derivative of older Ed Sheeran. Anyway, okay, question. Have you written any songs about the quarantine? No, I haven't actually. Um, no, I, I mean, knowing me, if I started writing a song about quarantine, I would find some way to make it about a relationship or some shit. Maybe that's because I'm a very what is it? One-sided songwriter? No, I'm not. But I don't know. But maybe I mean, I could give it a shot, but I just don't know what I'd say. That's the thing. Like, it's just I'm stuck in my house, can't get the fuck out. Um, Wish the silence wasn't so loud. Don't y'all say that was good. It wasn't good. Anyway. What was the first song you produced? First song that I produced. So, first song that I produced. Do you mean of my own, or because I started off making kind of remixes as well? So yeah. Damn, I've been on for over an hour now. Yeah, pretty much. The next few lines would probably be like talking about how I'm stuck with this chick in my house that I'm getting sick of, and she's pissing me off. I don't know, which obviously isn't true. Anyway, of your own. Okay, yeah. So the first song of my own that I produced, uh, was okay. So there was a song called "Sleep Forever," um, that I made. Um, I don't think I've got it. Oh, anyway, so yeah, there's a song called "Sleep Forever" that I made. Um, but yeah, so that was the first song. It was kind of a dance pop song, honestly, because that was when I was still kind of trying to find myself as an artist. Like I wasn't sure what kind of music I wanted to make. Like I was thinking maybe I make pop. Um, then well, technically, I mean, I guess technically, the first song that I produced was 24/7 Blues, the original version. Um, but that's really just piano, some very poorly played piano that I put in to FL Studio, funnily enough, um, and then exported that, and then recorded vocals to it. Um, so I wouldn't really call that production, but the first song that I produced technically was Song Called Sleep Forever, and then right after that, I produced Loving You Tonight, basically, and then Loving You Tonight made it onto Love and Pain Deluxe. Well, Love and Pain and Love and Pain Deluxe. Um, which I don't mind that song. Like that song's still decent today, but I've gotten better production wise since then, personally, and that's the thing. Like I I'd hope that I'm always getting better production wise and well musically in general. I'd hope I'm getting better. Um, so you know, the old stuff does kind of start sounding stale to me in some ways, and that I guess that is a downside of being an independent musician as well. Because you know your older stuff will seem worse to you over time in some ways. Sometimes, but uh, like I still love well, pretty much all the songs on Love and Pain Deluxe. Um, I still perform those songs when I perform at the Rosemount when I can. Um, I usually still sing those songs. I like still like Let My Guard Down is part of that set list. Proud would be a part of that set list. What other songs would be a part of that set list? Torture would probably be a part of that set list, but that song is hard to sing live, man. In my mind, maybe. I think I performed in my mind actually. Yeah, I did. I did perform in my mind once. Um, and then what other songs? Can't Tell You Eternal Flame is definitely a part of that set list. But the issue is now, like, because a lot of the time when I perform the Rosemount, I only get a 20-minute set, so I can only fit in like maybe 5 songs, maybe just 6, if I just basically shut the fuck up and get to it and don't talk basically. It's just like who the hell is this guy? I don't know, but he's singing. Um, but so yeah, like I usually get quite a short set list when I perform at Rosemount with Raw. So um, I can only fit in a certain amount of songs. So that's going to be even harder now because I mean I've got two 19-track albums now that I have to figure out which songs are the best ones to perform. Um, yeah, that's gonna be insane in the membrane. Um, yeah, 38 songs to choose from. Haha, fun times. And I'm still making more. I mean, that's the thing. Like so a good question I guess would to ask you guys honestly would be who do you think that I should try and work with? I mean, try to aim a little low as well, but I mean, I I've only just for this album I opened myself up to work with other artists and feature some artists, and it's um I worked with some featured artists, so that was fun. Um, so like I definitely want to do that again for the next project, if I can, of course. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna keep asking. Do you have a personal favorite song of my own? Okay, personal favorite song of my own. Let's see. Well, at the moment, my favorite song of my own is Switching Up. Still, I think. Um, not for well, mostly because it's the most ambitious song that I've done so far. Um, I mean, Screwface Jean is an incredible artist. He's a YouTuber. How many subscribers has he got now? I should find out. Um, Screwface Jean, you were switching up on me. That shit still fuck with me, cause that's the type of battle that split a family like custody. So Screwface Sean has 230,000 subscribers currently. Um, so he's a decent. He's not hugest YouTuber, but at the same time, so for those who know the rapper Tech9, Screw was on his most recent project. He released Interfere Part 1 EP, and Screw was on a track called Funk, Leave It on the Floor Part 2, with the rapper Mercules as well. So that was a great track, and Tech9 has worked with some incredible artists. He's worked with Eminem. He's worked with Hobson. He's an OG. Like he's worked with Tupac. He's been around for a long time. So like the fact that I was able to get Screw on Switching Up was just insane. And I'm so grateful that he did that. You know, like of course I had to pay the guy. Like I'm not gonna say how much, but of course I had to pay him. But I mean, it was worth it to me, honestly, because as I said earlier, like I've got like 1,500 plays on my album because of that song, and because literally the day that my album came out, Screw tweeted out Switching Up, which took people to the album as well, and then people started listening to my music, and I got a bunch of new fans from it. Like since Switching Up came out, I had 44 monthly listeners on Spotify. Let's see how many I have now. I'll pull up my phone. So I had 44 monthly listeners on Spotify before I put out Switching Up. Now I have, if I can get there. Now, if you can see that, I have 497 monthly listeners. Mostly because of that song. Because Screw tweeted out Switching Up. So I've gone, like, literally since the 21st of February it came out. Since the 21st of February, I've gone from 44 monthly listeners to just under 500 monthly listeners. So, like, that is just insane to me. Like, I mean, it's, when you look at other people's numbers, like, that doesn't maybe sound like much, but, like, I mean, I've been clawing my way up for a while, so, you know, it's, yeah, it's been good, and Screw has been nothing but professional. He, whenever I tweet about him, he likes it. Whenever I like all my Instagram posts, he's liking them. He's just like he has the attitude of such a smaller artist when he is just actually huge. Like it's insane. So so that song. Another song. Let's see. I mean, I still enjoy performing "Let My Guard Down," and "Let My Guard Down" was my favorite. Was the most popular song on Love and Pain, and Love and Pain Deluxe. Funnily enough, so that "Let My Guard Down" is still one of my favorite songs. Uh, like all of the songs on the new album, honestly. And there's one song that I couldn't get on the album, unfortunately, because I sampled Biz Marquis's "Just a Friend," so I couldn't get that song on the album, unfortunately. I put it up on SoundCloud for those who want to check that out. But I couldn't obviously release it commercially. I might still be able to if I release it as a cover, so that way his people get paid, I get paid, everything is good. I may look into that, but you know, it is what it is. Like the songs that don't get released all the time, you know. Like to make this album, like I think I had to trim off like 5 songs maybe. That'll probably still get released, of course, but I had to trim off like 5 songs because I didn't want to make the album too long. But I also kind of I didn't want to shortchange people because like Love and Pain Deluxe was 19 tracks. I mean, yeah, the original version was 13, but like the standard version was 13, but the deluxe version was 19. So I thought, well, if I've made people wait, you know, 2 years for an album, I should give them at least the same amount of songs, if not more. But I felt like more might be too much, so 19 was just it was a concise kind of, well, not it's in no way concise. It's almost an hour long, but but 19 was just a decent amount where I think people would have been happy with the amount of songs that they got for the amount of time that they waited. But also, it's just under an hour, so it's you can listen to it kind of on a drive somewhere and on a drive on the way back. Hey, Mom. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? uh, um, but yeah, so I thought 19 tracks was a pretty good number. So yeah, so I said switching up. I said Let My Guard Down from Love and Pain Deluxe. And pretty much every song on Honest. I mean, some of the songs on Honest are kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of dreading performing some of the songs from Honest, I guess. Um, Communication would be hard live. I would hope that by that point, like soonish, I kind of want to get a live band together to perform these songs. Um, because it'd be easier when it comes to, if those notes are going to be hard for me to sing live and it's not going to be enjoyable for people, then I've got to take it a step down and put it in a different key. And that tends to sound pretty bad when you do that to the instrumental with backing vocals. Like the the vocals end up sounding kind of muffled, and it doesn't sound great. Which I've had to do. I had to do for the last show that I did because some of the songs were just high to perform. But like when I have multiple takes to do, like in my bedroom, I can just do that. Like, and I can keep going until I get it right. But I only have one chance to get it right throughout this 3 minute song when I'm doing it live. And if I don't do it right, then people ain't gonna fuck with me anymore. So yeah, and that was, yeah, it was. And but I mean, the backing vocals kind of threw me off as well because of them being in a different key. I mean, saying the key was fine, but it was just, I don't know, vocally it just kind of threw me off. I don't know. Excuses. Jayden, you're just bad. Don't do it. No, I don't know. So what else is there? Is there? So Taryn, I'm sure you've listened to at least some of Honest. I would hope. Is there a certain song that you want me to explain the story behind? What, I don't know. Um, yeah, or like my reasoning behind putting it on the album. You know. I mean, you'll probably notice that for Honest, I stayed away from the sex songs, which I made a few on Love and Pain Deluxe. There was, of course, Good, and there was Bend It Over, and the Lies interlude was kind of a sexual song. That was uncomfortable to say, but anyway. So yeah, I kind of went away from that for this album because I just wanted it to be some clean well, not clean, but straight R&B, just talking about some experiences. It's just, if I just, I don't know, and like the thing I've also got to think about is like like my people my age aren't going to be the only people that listen to my music. Like a lot of my parents' friends and parents of my friends are going to be listening to this album as well, and they may not like the fact that, like, oh, he's a nice boy, but now he's singing about sex, and I don't want to listen to that. Like, no, like, So like I want to make people as well. I don't want anybody really to be uncomfortable listening to my music, but at the same time, like if that's not going to stop me from making that kind of song if the inspiration arises. But you know, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it like I did for Love and Pain Deluxe. Like I was just like, yeah, I need to have songs about that on the album because otherwise it's not a cohesive album. Keep it PG. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, PG kind of M because I mean, if you're talking about per song, I mean, with M, you're allowed one fuck. So explain Bloodshot Eyes. Okay, Bloodshot Eyes was about a specific female that I was involved with, whom so I was we were yeah, yeah, but that's but just to go off topic a little bit, like that's kind of why I made that song as well. Like not specifically for you, Taryn. I'm sorry, but but because I wanted to go back to some stuff that I did for my EP as well, so I want to throw it back a little bit, because I don't like even though I don't really make that style of song that often anymore. Like I thought it'd be cool to do it again, because it worked so well for me for the EP. But anyway, story of Bloodshot Eyes was a female that I was involved with somewhat. We didn't even really make anything official. I mean, we've been together before, but we got together again, tried to anyway. Um, and uh, you know, she was not really wanting to get into a relationship just yet, so I'm like, cool, that's fine. Um, we'll chill. We'll just see what happens, I guess. Um, things went a little further than just chilling. Not all the way, but you know, a little further than just chilling. Um, we were both like a little bit intoxicated, um, and yeah, it was like things didn't go very far, but there was that, and then um, she told me like a week later that she only had feelings for me when she was drunk. So, that was the interesting thing. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, and the thing is, like, I don't know. I've spoken to her since, and I'm not sure if she was just trying to make herself sound better or if that was the case. But she was like, oh, um, it's not that I only feel that way when I'm drunk. It's that, you know, it's that I could only say those things when I was drunk. I could only do those things when I was drunk. Well, okay, but that's not the way she said it to me. She's just like, I only have those feelings when I'm drunk. Okay. But, I mean, it sparked a good song out of it. I'm over that shit now. Like, that's not, I don't even think about that anymore. I, I contacted her again, like, I think it was like a week ago maybe now, and that didn't go well. So I'm letting that go. I ain't about that life anymore. Um, I'm 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 moving on. I'm moving on. All right. What else we got, people? Yeah, they can be. They can definitely be silly, but yeah, is what it is. Yeah, it's as I said before, it's whole experiences. I'm sorry, excuse that. Like I'm having a stroke. But anyway, um, yeah, like it is what it is. I'm moving on. It's all experience, and I got to write a good song about it. So it's okay, I guess. Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. uh, I think I'm starting to get too comfortable with this shit now. I'm just talking. Like, I I would like to say that I was kind of joking about talking to myself, but yes, I do. I know that. Um, but explaining that would be interesting. I can do it in kind of a roundabout way. I mean, like, I can, like, so in my mind, it's about a specific female, a lovely human being, that I still talk to this day, um, who I developed some feelings for after spending quite a lot of time with her. Um, and it was just, I didn't really want to say anything because I'd ruined the friendship, and I knew that she didn't feel the same way. That's cool. That's cool. That happens, you know. Um, and also, like, it could have been like my mind kind of just gravitating towards that because I started feeling comfortable with this person, which the mind tends to do that sometimes. Like, um, you know, when you're spending a lot of time with somebody, you might start thinking, you know, well, maybe something is there, but you know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just in my mind. Um, but yes, that's basically. I'm just listening to you from my office. Okay, Nikita. Hey, do you, boo? Do you? Um, but but yeah. So like, that's basically the story of In My Mind. Like, In My Mind was basically about a time in my life where I was spending a lot of time with a particular lovely human being who I still talk to this day. She's fantastic. She's been a great friend to me. Um, and you know, it is what it is. Like, I was spending a lot of time with her, so my judgment may have been clouded, and you know, that's it is what it is. Got a good song out of it. That's how I can end all of my all of my song explanations. Just like, got a good song out of it. Cool. It was an experience. Fun. Yeah. So that's the story of In My Mind. But to be fair, I feel like I've told you that story before, Taryn. Wink. Okay. Oh shit. Thank you, Rebecca. How many hours a day do I put into making or writing music? So it really depends. I mean, sometimes, like, I don't write anything. Sometimes I write a bunch. Like, sometimes I'll start working on music for like 3 hours a day. Like, just at the end of the day, I would have done all the things that I need to do, so I just sit down and I start making music, I start writing, and I start making beats and things like that. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just sit at the keyboard and I'll start trying to come up with chords, and then they all sound the same to me, so I give up on that, and I move on to the computer and I start watching YouTube and I get distracted, and then I never go back to it and wonder why Logic Pro X is still open in the friggin' background. Um, but you know, it's just sometimes the inspiration's there, sometimes it's not. You know, I don't always do it every day. Sometimes I do it every day. Like, especially when I was making Honest. Like, a lot of the time I was working on that like almost every day because um there was more to do on that. Like, there was more in the ways of um you know, I'd already produced the songs. I'd already put a bunch of things. Like, I'd add little things every now and again, but sometimes I'd have to re-record the vocals because I only recorded scratch vocals. Sometimes I would have to um, just try and get the mix right. Sometimes it was, you know, pitching the vocals, you know, like it was getting everything sounding polished, you know, which takes a lot of time in itself. Like, I might like, so sometimes it's easy enough. Like, I can record a song and finish it in like 4 hours maybe. Sometimes. Then sometimes I'll record a song, I'll lose interest in it, and I'll go back to it like maybe 2 days later or a week later, and then I'll keep going with it, and then I'll mix it, and you know, I'll export it, and sometimes I have like 4 or 5 different demo versions of a song just to listen to on different things, figure out how else I can mix it. Maybe the kick is hitting too hard, maybe the bass is too much, you know. Um, there's a lot of things, and it's just, yeah. So technically, I mean, making and writing, I'd say maybe 3 hours a day sometimes. Um, but other than that, like if it's like I'm technically it's always on my mind, man. Like if I've exported demos of songs, then I'll play them in the car. I'll play them in the lounge room. I'll play them on different speakers. I'll play them on my computer monitors here, or my studio monitors here. You know, I'll play them on everything. You know, until I feel like I've got it sounding right. You know, um, Mum is doing pretty well actually. Um, yeah, she's doing pretty well. Has some blood pressure issues. Blood pressure was kind of low. But that's been rectified now. We found out that it was actually her atrial fibrillation medication. She has AF as well. So that's cool. Um, but yeah, so that's all sorted now. Blood pressure is good. Dialyzing is good. We did dialysis yesterday, and we'll probably be doing it tomorrow. Um, so today is kind of somewhat of a day off. Just be given medication today, which is good. Um, I've been all right. I've been all right. I've been just chilling at home. Lack of inspiration, hence why I'm doing this kind of thing. Um, yeah. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks. My voice is okay. I'm still working on it. Um, yeah, definitely, Nikita. It's been too long. And okay, so for those that know, like, well, nobody would fucking know other than Nikita and I, but we recorded a song together like years ago called "Missing Piece," as well as there's another song that we co-wrote together called "Out of Your Mind." But "Missing Piece," I've actually been working on that again recently, and it's sounding okay. It's sounding decent. I'll send it to you later. And we can talk about that. I don't know if you'd even want to do anything with that song. Maybe that was just a learning experience. I don't know. But yeah, far too long. Yeah, but we could even re-record the vocals. I don't know, but I've tried to kind of modernize it a bit because it was sounding very 2013-ish. Like, but I've tried to kind of modernize it a bit, and like, so don't think I've forgotten about you or the music that we made. Like, don't think that. Like, I tend to go back to old songs all the time. I'll, I'll send it to you after the stream, for real. Um, but yeah, so like yeah, so Nikita and we've known each other for a while now, and we made music together. That hasn't made it out yet, but I can guarantee with like 99.9% certainty that Nikita will be on my next album. Just you have to be Nikita. There's no two ways about it. You have no say in this. Okay, just the sooner you realize that, the better. Um, damn, like there's a lot of people that have started liking the page since I've started this live stream. Um, who didn't like the page before, who were friends of mine. Dare, how dare you be friends of mine and not like my music page where I spam my music all the time? No, I get it. I get it. But joke's on you, I usually just share it to my personal page too. So, ha ha, ha ha ha. I just said this. Yeah, fam. Let's get this. Let's make some music. Um, But yeah, yeah. That's, um. So what else is there? What else is there? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? For those who joined recently, yes, I have a piano here. Have I done any music videos? Not other than You're Not Alone, unfortunately. I really want to make another music video. I'd love to make a music video for switching up. I really want to make a music video for switching up. I just, it's a matter of getting out. It's a matter of, I don't know. It's, uh, so much. I need to organize a director. Like I've got a camera here. Like I've got a decent camera. It's a Canon. That's 1080p. It's decent, but it's just a matter of getting somebody to hold the camera and somebody who would do a good job. And it's just, I don't know. But yeah, I would love to do a music video for switching up. And like Screw could do his part from Nebraska because he lives in Lincoln, Nebraska. So we could do that and kind of try and make it look cohesive. Whether we do like studio shots, like us, like just singing and rapping in the studio, or we do like a just like out in public, us walking down the street kind of thing. Like he's done that kind of thing for his videos before. Like he did that for his second Dax diss track. He did that for what else? I think he did that for the Slime Shady video as well. So like we could definitely do something like that. And the thing that I'm also worried about is because like his director is great. Like the Hit Brainiac is amazing. He's a great producer as well. So I don't know if I'd have to pay him as well, and if I do, then I don't know if I'll be able to afford it, and it's just, it's a lot. But I definitely want to do some more music videos. Absolutely, I have ideas for music videos all the time. Like I I have this idea that I want to do for Writings on the Wall with Melina Zales, or as you'll probably know her as Mariah Gonzalez. I really want to do a music video of that where like basically it'd be so cool just to have just a simple shot of us on kind of like a podium kind of thing, back to back, green screen behind us, and there's just a bunch of stuff being written all over the background of us, like you know what somebody would say in a fight during a relationship, what somebody would say when they I don't know, like just a bunch of things being said over like in the background of us, like it'd just be shown on a green screen. You'd have some close-up shots of us, and it'd be great. But it's just a matter of one, finding a green screen that's that big, and also somebody who knows their shit about chroma keying and video editing and stuff like that. Like if I knew somebody who knew a lot about video editing, yeah, it does. I really want to do it. I will message you later, Nikita. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, I just wish I knew somebody that was like really good at video editing, music video editing, that doesn't charge a mint. Because like if that was the case, like I would get YouTube videos done like all the time. I'd just shoot them, I'd send them over, get them edited, get them put up. Like it'd be so easy because like editing is the hardest part of making YouTube videos as well. Hence why I decided to do this as a live stream, because it's just like let's just put the camera on and talk, you know. Um, but yeah, so yeah. So what else would you like to know? Anybody? Anybody? Is there anybody out there? Who wants to talk about stuff? never been great at freestyling. Never, really. Never really great at freestyling. So I've been thinking about, so however you may feel about him, this YouTuber slash rapper. I mean, he's a rapper now. He's done some mainstream music now. But KSI is doing a challenge thing, competition almost, with his new song that he's got. Unfortunately, there shouldn't be this many unfortunately, but unfortunately with Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, and he's getting people to submit for a remix for the song. I'm thinking about doing it because the beat is kind of cool. I kind of like the beat. I kind of already have an idea of the verse that I could do for it, because it's kind of a verse I've been sitting on for a while that I've never actually used. I'm thinking about it. I might do it. I don't know. But basically, the winner of the competition, so he gets the fans to bring it down. No, he picks a top 10. Then he gets his fans to bring it down to a top 3. Top 3 people all win $1,500, which is what it is, whatever. But the number one gets to be on the official remix with him and Smoke Perp on the deluxe version of his album, whenever that's coming out. I kind of want to do it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So, I think I'll end this soon. Probably in a couple of minutes. So if anybody has any questions that they want me to answer, anything about the new album, anything about any of my music, anything in general, ask away, and I'll answer it, and then I'll probably answer like, who knows, 2-3 more questions, and I might cut this off. But this was fun. I'm definitely going to do this again. I don't know when, but follow the page. I'll definitely let you know when it's going to happen again. It's just this is interesting. I like connecting with you guys like this. It's great, and like, I mean, everybody that's been here is my friend as well. Like, I've spoken to them personally. So, what's something you'd like to do with your music in the future? Well, something I would like to do with my music in the future. I mean, mainly I would just like to work with some big artists, honestly. Like, not even for clout, just because I have so much respect for them. You know, like, however you may feel about him, like, I definitely want to work with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is the hook king. Every single song with his hook on it is a smash, and it would just be amazing to work with him. But funnily enough, I've been listening to a lot of hip hop lately, honestly. So like my favorite rapper at the moment is Joyner Lucas, because like, especially his older stuff, like, his concepts are crazy. Like, he made a whole song called Ross Cappuccini that was about an incident that happened in Detroit, where a guy at a high school was basically lured into basically being shot as a gang initiation. He made a whole song about that from two different perspectives. First perspective was from the perspective of the guy who got shot, and the second verse was from the perspective of the guy who was going through the gang initiation. And he made a whole music video about it, like, from like POV shots and everything. Like, well, no, not like that, but like, basically, you'd say from the point of view of the person who he was rapping in the verse, perspective of, basically. And it was so good. Like, he's the same guy who made like the "I'm not racist" video. He made Frozen. This great song about it was about car accidents, you know. And that one was rapping from three different perspectives, you know, like just some really in-depth shit. And I love that when Joyner does that. But for this newest album, he didn't really do that as much. He kind of went more of the fun route, which is cool. Like, everybody's gonna do that at some point, but I hope he gets to making some more introspective stuff at some point as well. Um, so I'd love to work with him. I would love to work with almost anybody who's on the R&B charts right now. Like, women in R&B are killing the game right now. They are, like, Janae Aiko, Jessie Reyez, her, SZA, to an extent Doja Cat. Like, she's hip hop, of course, but she's going into R&B as well. She's killing it too. You know, the Kehlani. Kehlani is she's my favorite, man. She's so good. So I would love to work with Kehlani, man. I've sent her songs before. I've sent songs to her manager's email, and I never got an email back. But hopefully I do one day. Hopefully I do. Anyway, I think I'm about to wrap this up. I'm gonna go and have some lunch. You all should have some lunch too, if you all ain't eaten already. But yeah, so thank you so much for everybody for watching. Thank you for asking questions. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope to do this again. I will do this again. I've enjoyed this dialogue. So thank you very much, guys. All right, take care, guys. Stay home. Stay home if you can. If you can. All right, peace.